of the self that I have acquired through learning and hearing. The idea is vouchsafe it, that there may be acquisition of it, no forgetfulness of it. These mantras are meant to be used for self-repetition by one who wants intelligence. Now are being stated the mantras to be used for offering oblations by one who wants prosperity. Since prosperity, Shankara's commentary just says, since prosperity to an unwise person is surely a cause of evil, without intelligence, wealth is a cause of evil and suffering. With intelligence, you can handle wealth well. So the first prayer was for intelligence. Then comes the prayer for wealth. So the Shankara's comment, prosperity to an unwise man, surely a cause of evil. Therefore, after vouchsafing intelligence to me, bring me also Shriyam, the goddess of prosperity, who is Ahavanti, the bringer, who brings what? Vitanvana, increasingly, kind of action. It says, Sarvada, always, Kurvana, accomplisher, Achiram, soon, same as Achiram. Reading may be, etc. Myself, for myself who belong to prosperity herself, what is being said? Clothes, Gavaha means cattle, Cha, Annapane, food and drink, drink. The prosperity that Sarvada forever accompanies all this. That is a type of prosperity. Prosperity of what kind? And examples are given. Lomasham Pashubhi Sahaswaha, with furry, sheep with plenty of furry, so that you can just cut and sell that kind of wool. With goats, sheep, etc., etc., endowed with other Pashubhi, other animals also. In the context as determined by Abaha, I told last Sunday, cattle was a source of great wealth in the Vedic period. A man may have 10,000 cattle, and Yajnavalkya will get 1,000 cattle from Janaka as a present for his discussion. So cattle was a great wealth, just like America in the 1880s. Plenty of cattle people have. They just go about in Central America and West America. That is the beginning of all civilization, cattle wealth. Then, the utterance of Swaha after every mantra is indicating the end of the mantra. Let us have brahmacharis coming from outside, a teacher in a school asking brahmacharis to come. In our country we have brahmacharis in the school asking a teacher to come. He doesn't come at all. Just the opposite is what is happening. Here, I am eager to communicate. Where are the students? So he is praying, Amayantu brahmacharinas swaha. Then, let me become one of the famous among the world. And then, I become praiseworthy among the wealthy. Those who are wealthy must be able to praise me. Then only I am satisfied. Similarly, O adorable one, may I enter into you, such as you are, Swaha. O venerable one, you, such as you are, enter into me. O adorable one, who are greatly diversified, may I purify my sins in you. Then he gives an example. Yatha apapravatayanti, yatha masa arjaram, evam mam brahmacharinaha, chatarayantu sarvataha swaha. As water flows down a slope, water flows there, immediately flows down a slope. As months roll into the year, yatha masa aharjaram, very, very beautiful expression in Sanskrit. Aharjaram, the sun is called Aharjaram. Yara means old age. Every day passing means that much old age. Who creates it? the sun. Aharjaram. Yasa masa aharjaram. Masa to on and to the year is over. Aharjaram. Aha means the day, jara means getting old age. So aharjaram. Yasa masa aharjaram. Thus, as waters flowing from the mountain flow down to the sea, or as the days finally end up in the year, in this way, let brahmacharis come to me from all sides as the example. Yasa masa aharjaram evam mam brahmacharinaha dhatarayantu sarvataha swaha. From all sides. I don't want only from Nellore district or this district. I want from all over India. That was the thing in those days. You want students from all parts of the world, not just a few caste students or any such thing. Dhatarayantu sarvataha swaha. Prativeshosi. You are like a resting house. So you become revealed to me. You reach me through and through. So, this is the prayer of the teacher, and I wish all our teachers pray like this. Let me have good students, self-disciplined students, then knowledge can be given. That knowledge will be fruitful. Otherwise only crudity, violence, all this will come with plenty of knowledge in the mind. Arjaram. Now comes next chapter, chapter 5. Bhur bhuvasvariti va etas tisro vyahritayah tasamuha naitam jatutrim mahachamasya pravedayate mahiti tad brahma sa atma anganyanya devataha bhuritiva ayam lokah bhavityantariksham suvityasau lokah. This is the beginning of the higher philosophical and spiritual treatment that is to follow. Bhu Bhuvasva. These are the three Vyahritis. In Gayatri Mantra, we first say Om Bhu, Om Bhuva, Om Suva, Om Sveta. Then Tat Savitur Varenyam we repeat. These three indeed are the Vyahritis. Of them, Mahachamasya knew a fourth one. Om, say not merely these three, but a fourth one. Maha iti, Maha by name. So Maha, it is Brahman, it is the self. The other gods are the limbs. See now, gods are becoming secondary. The Atman, Brahman, becomes primary. Bhu, Bhu, say Bhu, Bhuvasvaha. Bhu is indeed this world. This is Bhu. Bhuva is the intermediate space. Suva is the other world, beyond it, or closer to the solar system. Maha is the sun. Through the sun, indeed, do all the worlds flourish. And Maha also is the moon. Through the moon, indeed, all the luminaries flourish. Bhu is the Rigveda. Bhuva is the Samaveda. Suva is the Yajurveda. Various combinations are connected together with these three Vyahritis. And so, the Brahman is now taught by ignoring these Vyahritis will not be comprehended by the student's intellect, because he is always full of these ideas, the Brahmanas. Then he is coming to the Upanishad. So, through Vyahritis, you have to go to Brahmajnana. In our present day world, they say, from what we know already, through that we have to go to something higher. Otherwise it will be incomprehensible. That is a note written by the commentator. Mahatamasa. He understood it. Mahachamasya means son of Mahachamasa. He knew it. He visualized it. Yes. Mahaiti, that is the name of Maha. The Ahriti is called Maha. He is the trunk or the self of the body of Brahman. In its aspect as Hiranyagarbha, the golden egg. Hiranyagarbha is the golden egg. The firstborn. From that infinite Brahman, the firstborn is called Hiranyagarbha. Golden Garbha. Garbha means why? The whole universe is inside. He has only to project the universe outside. That's what any astronomer would say. The same thing, the concept of Hiranyagarbha. Why it is Hiranya? Yellow, full of fire. Extreme temperature is there. High density is there, according to today's view. So, the concept of Hiranyagarbha Samavartata Agre, Rigveda said. At the beginning, Hiranyagarbha was born from that Supreme Brahman. And he continued this cosmic evolution. That is why Hiranyagarbha is a great conception which later on changed into Brahma in the Purana. The four-headed Brahma sitting on a lotus. That Brahma, they are the same. And from Brahma, the world came from within himself. Not he created with his hand something. From himself, his own self, he evolved into this universe. So, this is the idea. The first Vyahrati, Bhu, form the legs. Second Bhuva constitute the hands. Third Masva is the head of the cosmic person. The main injunction here is about the meditation on Brahman as embodied in these Vyahritis. Bhur, Bhuva, Swaha. In this, Brahman is embodied. There. That is the next. Next, same continues. Mahayati, Brahma, etc. In the end he says, Sarve Asmai Deva Balim Avahanti. He who knows this truth, all Devas will come and bring offerings to you. To go beyond the Devas. Till now we were all below the Devas. Now the state has come with your deeper knowledge of the self that even the Devas become your servants. What a great change takes place thereby. So we shall take up that section. This is 153 next Sunday when we meet here. And after 2 more lessons, this chapter will be over with a beautiful, as I said, convocation address in the last. Then comes the knowledge of Brahman directly in the last 2 books of the Taittiriya Upanishad. We shall spend a few minutes in silence and then disperse. This evening, after the lecture is over on the Taittiriya, by about 7 o'clock, there will be a brief inspiring function, the release of a book on genetics. I will speak about it at the end, at the time of the release. We continue the subject which we have been dealing with in this Taittiriya Upanishad. Last Sunday, here you will find the subject dealt with, where we ended. Saha now Brahmavartyasam. Yes. We studied the 3 Vyahritis. The Gayatri Mantra you repeat, Om Bhur Bhuva Suvaha. Suva is towards the sun. In between is Bhuva and this is Bhu. Om Bhuva Suvaha. That was connected with the knowledge of Brahman. The whole thing is external Brahman. Brahman as seen in the manifested universe. From there, you find gently we are taken to the Brahman that is within yourself, within every being. There the word Atman comes again and again. Brahman, Atman, they are one and the same. The next 2 books, Brahmanandavalli and Bhriguvalli, they are full of these great ideas about Brahman as the origin of the universe, as the self of all beings, as a truth which we can realize because it is within us. This is the language we will get in the two chapters. The first chapter is more or less, as I said in the beginning, a continuation of the ritualistic portion of the Brahmanas. So here and there you find a lot of Brahmana ideas, but the Upanishad ideas will come in the second and third chapter. And these ideas are leading towards that. There is a constant approach to those philosophical and spiritual ideas. So, Maha iti Brahma. Maha is Brahman. There is the fourth Vyahruti, Mahajamas, discovered. Maha iti. So, Maha iti Brahma. Brahmana beva bhava sarve deva mahiyante. Bhuriti by pranaha. Bhuva iti apanaha. Are all word connections with certain cosmic forces. This is what you find throughout this Brahmana portion. Interpretation, ritualistic terms, sometimes mystical, all that you will find there. Not clear philosophy. That will come, as I said, in the Upanishads, when it comes second and third chapter. Maha is food, for by food indeed are all the vital forces nourished. These then, that are four each, chaturtha, 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 fourfold, fourfold. He who knows these knows Brahman. All the gods carry presence to him. Even this much of knowledge of Brahman, you go beyond the gods. That's what he is going to tell. Actually, we are above the gods, because Brahman is in our own self, but we don't know it. So externally, we worship Brahman, and there also we go beyond the gods. Sarve, it says, Sarve asmai devaha balim aharanti. They bring bali, means offering, to these devotees. Such is the status of the knowledge of Brahman, even in the external world. Then, here is Shankara's commentary on this. Maha is Brahman. Brahman means here, Om, because that is the context. For this being a context of words, any other meaning is inadmissible. The remaining portion stands already explained. Ta, vai, etaha. These above mentioned ones. Bhu, bhuva, suvaha, maha. These chaturtha, chatustraha. These four, each individually are chaturtha, of four kinds. Each one can be divided into four kinds. The suffix tha implying mode. Meaning is that they, forming groups of four things, become fourfold individually. That instruction over again regarding those very things that were thought of before is for the sake of making a strict rule about a sequence of their meditation. Ye Veda, anyone who knows, taha, those, Vyahrutis, as mentioned, sa Veda, he knows. Knows what? Brahma, Brahman. Vyahrutis also are Brahman. They have come from Brahman. They are high up in evolution. Therefore, they are also Brahman. So, this text ends by Shankara saying, Asmai, the one who knows this truth, who has known this, Sarve Devaha, all the Devas who form the limbs, Avahanti, carry, bring, Balim, offering. Balim is the word for offering, though we often associate it only with offering a goat or a cock or something. Here any offering is called Bali. Balim Avahanti. When he attains sovereignty, when he attains his knowledge of Brahman, he becomes sovereign. Even the gods come and offer him. This external knowledge of Brahman can give so much status, what to speak of the inner knowledge of Brahman. So we enter the next chapter of the first book, chapter 6. Here Shankara's commentary begins. It has been said they are the other deities, those of Bhu, Bhuva and Suva, are the limbs of Brahman as identified with the authority called Maha. Just as a salagrama, stone symbol of Vishnu, is in the case of Vishnu, so the cavity of the heart is being presented as a place for direct realization of and meditation on Brahman. Now no more external, no more the cosmos. We are dealing with a tremendous dimension within this human being. The human being looks very small, but inside this small one there is infinite dimension. That is a special teaching of Vedanta. And so now begins the inner dimension of meditation. Brahman, the Ahritis are the limbs. When Brahman is meditated upon there, it is directly realized as possessed of such attributes as being realizable through knowledge. Like a myrobalan fruit in the hand, like a amalaki fruit, or a myrobalan is the Ayurvedic kaduka as they call, in the hand. So palpable it is. That kind of knowledge a man gets, says Shankara. Moreover, the way to the realization of self-identification with all, one with all, the whole universe, has to be stated. Hence begins this chapter, chapter 6. Now comes Sayesho antarhridaya akashaha tasmin ayam purusho manomayaha amruto hiranmayaha antarjena taluge saya esha stana ivavarambate sendriyonihi yatraso keshanto vivastate yapoke shirshakapade bhurityaknau pratishtati bhavayate vayau suverityaditye mahayate brahmani apnoti swarajyam apnoti manasaspatim vakpatis chakshushpatih shrotrapatir vijnanapatih etat tato bhavati akasha shariram brahma satyatma pranaramam mana anandam shanti samardham amritam iti prachina yogopasva. It's a very often quoted text where we are slowly entering into the spiritual dimension of life from the physical and the external dimension. In the translation says, in the space that there is in the heart, in this is this person, is this divine person who is realizable through knowledge and who is immortal and effulgent. The Atman is in the heart of all. Ahamatma Gurajesha Sarvabhuta Shriyasyatha. Krishna repeats it in the Gita. Arjuna, I am present in the heart of all beings. This thing that hangs down between the palates like a teat, like that small little nipple-like thing at the throat. That is the path of Brahman. This is a theory that obtained at that time of Krama Mukti, that you break the kapala and your soul passes through into higher and higher regions and reach there. That idea is expressed here, as I have so often said. Up to Mahabharata period, this was very much in evidence. People believed in it. Even Bhishma waited to go to northern path to die, to leave this body. But later on, with the development of bhakti and jnana, this kind of going through the body and getting somewhere else, all that vanished. Everything is here only. The Lord is within yourself. Where are you to go? Brahman is everywhere. The Lord is everywhere. In this way, we slowly bypassed that theory. Nobody ever thinks of that theory now. So see the interesting detail given there. What was the belief? The Hindu tradition has passed through many changes. What was current at one time was not current at a later time. Something else was current. then later, still later. So there has been continuous change according to the needs of the time. At one time we worshipped gods, Indra, Ahuti, in every house. A fire is burning, this was done. Agnihotra, that was the great religion. Nowhere anybody does Agnihotra. Probably one or two people in the whole country may be doing Agnihotra. All that is gone. Similarly, when this Bhakti religion came, and a pure conception of the divine as the origin of the universe, as the master of the universe, as one who is the object of love for the people, when that Bhakti religion came, God became intimate, no more distant, and He is there in your own self. When God Himself says it, and people realize it also. Similarly, Jnana, I am the Atman, ever free, ever pure, I am infinite. No death can touch me, no fire can burn me, that is my true nature. I am not this body. When these two types of philosophies developed in the Puranas and thereafter, this kind of transmigration slowly disappeared. Nobody ever thinks about it now. Only they read it in books. Reaching where the hair is parted. So when you just part your hair, at this point the parting stops. Yatraso keshanto nivartate. Where the keshanta, the parting ends, that's the point in the head. That is the Brahmarantra, the hole through which you reach Brahman. That was the idea. Yatraso keshanto nivartate. Passing through that path, and man becomes established in fire. Fire is not this little fire at home. It is a very cosmic substance itself. Fire, which is the vibhuti, the akruti of bhu. He becomes established in air, which is the akruti bhuva. In the sun, which is the akruti suva. In Brahman, which is the akruti maha. He is established in all these things through that passage. He gets sovereignty. Apnodi swarajyam. Freedom. He gets. He attained the Lord of the mind. A beautiful expression in Sanskrit. The apnoti swarajyam. He becomes apnoti manasas patim. He becomes the ruler of the mind. Manasas patim. And similarly, he becomes the ruler of speech. Also, vak patihi. Then chakshush patihi, ruler of the eyes. And so also ruler of ears. Shrotra patihi. Etat tato bhavati. Thus it becomes the ruler of knowledge. Over and above all this, he becomes Brahman, which is embodied in Akasha. Akasha Shariram Brahma. You wear a cloth and you call it a particular type of cloth, Salem variety or that variety. What does cloth Brahman wear? Akasha, space. That is his cloth. So Akasha Shariram. That is what's called in Jaina philosophy the one section which doesn't believe in wearing cloth. So they absolutely go naked. The Shvetambaras, they wear the cloth. Digambaras, they don't wear cloth. What is their cloth? Dik. Dik means 4 quarters. That's called Digambara. So this was section, division of the Jainism, the very beginning, within the lifetime of the 24th Tirthankara. A little later, this division came. And one group, Master went to Mysore, all the way from Vaishali in Bihar. And today in Mysore, you find Shvetambaras, large number. This is the story of the idea of cloth. The Akasha Shariram Brahma. Brahman has no cloth. Only Akasha is the cloth of Brahman. So, Akasha Shariram Brahma. Then comes Brahman is embodied Akasha. And Satyatma Pranaramam Mana Anandam Shanti Smrdham Amritam. A series of beautiful words connected together. Satyatma Prana Aramam is embodied, identified with the gross and the subtle. we become identified with Satya. Satya is both gross and subtle. Subtle as a cause, gross as the effect. You are one with that. Then, Pranaramam, the real nature, is the vital forces. The great delight is in the vital forces, pranas, bioenergy, all over. He is playing in it. Rama is playing. The whole play of biological energy is the play of Brahman in this particular form, or the one who has realized Brahman. Revels in the vital forces, under whose possession the mind is a source of bliss. Mana Anandam. Mana becomes immersed in Ananda. Mana Anandam. And so, enriched with peace, Shanti Samruddham. Full of peace, Samruddhi of Shanti, Amrutam, and immortality. That is the state that is being described there. Pranaramam, Mana Anandam, Shanti Samruddham, Amrutam. Thus, O Prajina Yogya, you worship. The young man is being told, Prachina Yogya. Literally it means great from olden times. Prachina Yogya. Already great for a long time. But names are not given detailed meaning. Name is name, that is all. I may be called Sundar, but I may not be beautiful at all. So Prachina Yogya means particular individual. No name, meaning is to be given to that kind of statement. Upasya. So here is Shankara's commentary, very interesting. The word Sa, that is he, is to be construed with Ayam Purusha. This Purusha, that is, comes at the end of the sentence, they must be brought together. Skipping over the intermediate word. Ya Eshaha, this space, that is Antaha Sadaye, in the inside the heart. The heart is a lump of flesh in the shape of a lotus, which is seat of the vital force, which opens out through many nerves, which has a stalk upwards and face downwards. There is a belief that ancient Greeks and ancient Indians believed only this fleshy heart as a heart. And they had no conception of the difference between a vein and a nerve. Vein through which the blood flows, or the artery, and nerve through which energy goes. That knowledge came later. And so here it is the old type of knowledge. Say the vital force, that is the heart, which opens out through many nerves, which has a stalk upwards and face downwards. That is the nature of that heart, like this. A lotus just down like this. Then Shankara says here, very interesting, that in the 8th or 9th century, they had this dissection. He says, which is seen as a familiar thing when an animal is dissected, says Shankara. So some dissection they did at that time, earlier also, and not merely imagination, that is understood through this. Within that is the Akasha, space, that is, Akasha. Quite familiar, like the space within a water pot. You keep a water pot, there is space there. Like that here also there is space. Thus men, within that space exists Ayam Purusha, this person, this Brahman, in his personal form, this person, who was mentioned earlier. Purusha is derivatively so called because of sleeping Shayana within Puri, the city. Puri, Shayana, Purusha. That is one meaning. Sleeping within this city. Or the second meaning also is given here. He by whom the worlds such as the earth are filled up. Purna is Purusha. The whole world is Purna. Therefore it is called Purusha. He is Manomayaha. Mind is functioning. But within the mind is the energy of the Atman. We cannot separate it. But essentially it is that energy that you get through the mind. Manomayaha. Very beautiful idea. Mana means knowledge, being derived from the root man, implying to know. Manomaya means consisting of that knowledge. That is, Brahman is of the nature of knowledge. Chit Swarupa, that is Brahman, not an object as we see in the world. Because of being realized through it. Through knowledge, you realize Brahman. Knowledge realizes knowledge. That is the idea. In the Mandukya Upanishad, this idea is said, the knowledge realizes knowledge. That is the highest realization. Mana means internal organ, the mind. There is also another meaning. Just like Indriyas and then the Manas or mind. Being derived from the root man, in the sense of that through which one thinks, man, say. One who presides over the mind is identified with it, is indicated by it. Such a thing is called Manomaya. He is Amrita, deathless. Hiranmaya, effulgent. Hiranya is gold, bright like gold. Hiranmaya. A path is being indicated which leads to realization of that Brahman in his aforesaid nature, who has these attributes and who is realized within the cavity of the heart, who is the self of the man of knowledge. The nerve called Sushumna goes upwards from the heart and is well known in the scriptures on yoga. That Sushumna is now identified within this vertebral column, just towards the heart area. That is the heart of the Sushumna. This heart is our blood pumping heart. The other is the spiritual heart. In all yoga books, that is the heart that is mentioned. The Hritasma, the lotus of the heart. Yoga. The nerve called Sushumna goes upward from the heart and is well known in the scriptures on yoga. And that nerve runs Antarena, in the well-known middle part, Kaluke, that is, of the two palates, between the two. And also through Yaesha, that one, the piece of flesh which Tanaha Iva Avadambate, like a nipple, it hangs from above, just there, at the central portion. You say, there, Yatra Kesha Nivattate, where the hair is parting ends. So this is from here to here. Straight line you will find there. Above here, splitting Shirsha Kapale, the skull bones on the head. That energy just breaks through this Kapala and comes out. Then goes through Om Bhur Bhuva Suvaha towards the highest. That is the meaning. That thus issues forth. That is the Indra Yoni, the path of Indra or path of Brahman. So in the Indra Yoni, the path of the realization of the true nature, the man of knowledge who thus realizes the self as identified with the mind, passes through the head and Pratithishtati gets established Agnav in fire. Fire means the deity who presides over this world, who is identified with Vyahrati Bhu, and who is a limb of the great Brahman as identified with Maha. The idea is that the enlightened man pervades this world. That is the meaning. The enlightened man, like fire pervades the whole world, he also pervades the whole world. Similarly, through his identity with fire, Vayuhu identifies with the second Vyahrati, Bhuva iti. This Bhuva, he gets established. This is understood. He becomes established Aditya in the sun, identified with the third Vyahrati, Suva iti, which is Swa. He becomes established Brahmani in Brahman, identified with the fourth Vyahrati, Maha iti, which is Maha, of which the others are parts. Remaining in identification with them and becoming Brahman Apnoti, he attains what? Swarajyam, the state of sovereignty. Swarajyam. He himself becomes a king, a ruler over all others, just as Brahman is over the gods who form its limbs. And deities that become his limbs carry offerings to him, just as they do to Brahman. Apnoti manasaspatim. He attained the Lord of the mind. When Brahman is all pervasive, it is the Lord of all the minds. Indeed, it thinks through all the minds. That's all it means. It thinks through all the minds because it is the all. The man who meditates thus attains it. Moreover, Bhavati, he becomes Vakpatihi, ruler of all the organs of speech. Also Chakshushpatihi, ruler of the eyes. Shrotrapatihi, ruler of the ears. And Vijnanapatihi, ruler of all knowledge or intellect. The idea is that he, being the self of all, he has ceased to be a limited individual. He has become the self of all. Yes. Organs through identification with the organs of all beings. Besides Tataha, what else? Etat Bhavati. What is that? The answer is being given. He becomes Akasha Shariram. That which has Akasha as its body, or whose body is as subtle as Akasha. Who is that? Brahma, Brahman, that is being discussed. It is Satyatma, that which has Satya, the gross and the subtle, as also truth, as its Atma, as itself, real characteristics. That is Satyatma. Satya is its real characteristics. That Brahman is Pranaramam, yes. That which has its Arama, Aramana, means disport in the prana, vital force, is sporting in the prana. Wherever you see a biological system, you find the prana floating, that is bio-prana. The other is physical prana. The physics deals with such pranas, chemistry also. So in all this you will find prana functioning. And in that, the sporting is done by that one reality behind the universe. Aramana. Prana Rama. That which is vital forces find their arama, delight, is prana Rama. It is mana anandam. It is the bliss of mind. That whose mind, manaha, has become bliss. That's called mana anandam. A product of happiness is mana ananda. It is also shanti samruddham. Shanti means peace. The very entity which is peace, being also prosperous, samruddha. It is shanti samruddha, or that which is experienced to be enriched with peace is shanti samruddha. It is amritam, immortal by nature. Shanti samruddham amritam. Iti prachena yogyo upasva. That is the text. These additional attributes are to be understood as belonging to the earlier context beginning with manomayaha. Thus, prachena yogya upasva, meditate on. Therefore, said Brahman has possessed the qualities of being realizable through knowledge. This is a presentation of the teacher's utterance by way of demonstrating his love for meditation. The meaning of the word upasana, meditation, has already been explained. Chapter 7, Shankara gives introduction to the text of that very Brahman which has been presented for meditation as Hiranyagarbha. The firstborn from that Brahman is known as Hiranyagarbha. Hiranya is gold. Garbha is something like egg. The golden egg, that is English translation by European writers, Hiranyagarbha. To us it means the firstborn, Prathamaja. From Brahman, the first birth is this Hiranyagarbha. And this comes closer to the modern astrophysics concept of the background material. That background material, highly dense, extremely hot, so that it becomes almost like gold and full of fire. Now, Hiranyagarbha